A nation on edge. Martial law declared in South Korea. On December 3, 2024, President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law, sending shockwaves throughout the nation and beyond. This unprecedented move marks the first time since 1980 that South Korea has resorted to such drastic measures. President Yoon accused the opposition of undermining national security and inciting social unrest. The international community is watching with bated breath as this situation unfolds. The world holds its breath, hoping for a swift and peaceful resolution to this crisis. Rising tensions. The seeds of discord. President Yoon, elected in 2022 on a platform of economic reform and a tough stance on North Korea, has faced mounting opposition from the Democratic Party since taking office. The opposition has accused President Yoon's administration of authoritarianism, corruption, and economic mismanagement. They point to a series of controversial policies and scandals that have plagued the administration, eroding public trust and fueling dissent. President Yoon, for his part, has accused the opposition of being obstructionist and engaging in politically motivated attacks. This bitter back and forth has created a toxic political climate, making compromise and cooperation seem impossible. The declaration of martial law represents a dangerous escalation of this political feud. Echoes of the past martial law in South Korean history. The declaration of martial law evokes painful memories for many South Koreans, particularly those who lived through the country's turbulent past. The most significant and infamous instance was in 1980, following the assassination of President Park Chung-hee. General Chun Doo-hwan seized power in a military coup, declaring martial law and brutally suppressing pro-democracy protests in the city of Gwangju. The Gwangju uprising remains a dark stain on South Korea's conscience, a reminder of the fragility of democracy and the human cost of political repression. Many fear that President Yoon's actions could lead the country down a slippery slope towards authoritarianism. The specter of 1980 looms large over the current crisis, serving as a stark warning of the potential consequences of unchecked executive power. The Iron Fist provisions of the Martial Law Declaration. The Martial Law Declaration outlines a series of sweeping measures aimed at restoring order and quelling what he perceives as threats to national security. These provisions grant extensive powers to the military and law enforcement agencies, severely curtailing civil liberties. All political gatherings and protests are banned, effectively silencing any opposition to the government's actions. Freedom of speech and the press are also severely restricted, with the government empowered to censor any information deemed detrimental to national security. Warrants are no longer required for arrests, raising serious concerns about potential abuses of power and arbitrary detentions. The judiciary has been sidelined, with military courts given jurisdiction over a wide range of offenses. These draconian measures have sent chills down the spines of many South Koreans who fear that their country is on the verge of descending into authoritarian rule. Section 5. A nation divided, immediate reactions and political fallout. The declaration of martial law has sent shockwaves through South Korean society, igniting a firestorm of controversy and deepening the existing political divide. Supporters of President Yoon view the declaration as a necessary step to restore order and protect national security. However, a significant portion of the population views the declaration with alarm and apprehension. Protests have erupted in major cities across the country, with demonstrators demanding the immediate revocation of martial law and the restoration of democratic freedoms. The opposition Democratic Party has denounced the declaration as unconstitutional and vowed to fight it through all legal means. Section 6. The man at the helm. President Yoon Suk-yeol's controversial path. President Yoon Suk-yeol, a former prosecutor with a reputation for being tough on crime and corruption, assumed office in 2022, promising to usher in an era of change and reform. However, his tenure has been marked by controversy, with critics accusing him of authoritarian tendencies and a lack of experience in governing. His supporters praise his unwavering commitment to his principles and his determination to root out corruption. However, his detractors view him as inflexible, uncompromising, and lacking the temperament required for leadership in a democratic society. The declaration of martial law is seen by many as a desperate attempt by a president struggling to maintain his grip on power. Section 7. Voices of dissent, public outrage and calls for resistance. The declaration of martial law has ignited a firestorm of opposition across South Korea, with citizens from all walks of life taking to the streets to express their outrage and demand a return to democratic rule. The atmosphere is charged with a sense of urgency and determination, as people from different backgrounds unite for a common cause. Student activists, who played a pivotal role in the pro-democracy movement of the 1980s, have once again taken to the streets, organizing protests and rallies at universities across the country. Their energy and passion are palpable as they chant slogans and hold up signs demanding justice and freedom. Labor unions have threatened nationwide strikes, bringing the economy to a standstill in a show of defiance against the government's actions. The solidarity among workers is evident as they march together, their voices echoing through the streets. Ordinary citizens, alarmed by the erosion of their democratic rights, have joined the chorus of dissent. Families, individuals, and diverse groups of people are coming together, united in their demand for change and a better future. Social media has become a powerful tool for organizing and mobilizing resistance. Through platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, protesters are able to share real-time updates, coordinate their efforts, and amplify their voices. Hashtags like #NoToMartialLaw and #FightForDemocracy are trending nationwide, as citizens use online platforms to share information, coordinate protests, and express their solidarity with one another. The digital landscape has become a battleground for ideas, where the fight for democracy is waged with every post, tweet, and share. Section 8. A world-watching international response and concerns. The international community has reacted with a mixture of concern and condemnation to the declaration of martial law in South Korea. This unprecedented move has sparked a wave of reactions from various global entities, each voicing their stance on the unfolding situation. The United States, South Korea's longtime ally, has expressed serious concern about the situation, urging President Yoon to exercise restraint and engage in dialogue with the opposition. The White House has emphasized the importance of maintaining stability and upholding democratic principles in the region. The European Union has called for the immediate restoration of democratic freedoms and the release of all those detained arbitrarily. EU officials have stressed that the actions taken by the South Korean government are in direct violation of international human rights standards. Human rights groups such as Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have condemned the crackdown on civil liberties and called for the international community to hold the South Korean government accountable for its actions. These organizations are urging for immediate intervention to prevent further human rights abuses. The declaration of martial law has cast a shadow over South Korea's international standing, raising doubts about its commitment to democratic values. This move has not only affected the nation's image, but also its diplomatic relations with other countries. The economic implications of this crisis are also a source of concern, with investors growing wary of the political instability and its potential impact on the South Korean economy. Financial markets have shown signs of volatility, reflecting the uncertainty that now looms over the country's economic future. Section 9. Economic tremors, the immediate and potential fallout. The political crisis in South Korea has sent shockwaves through the global economy, with the declaration of martial law raising fears of instability and uncertainty in a region already grappling with numerous challenges. The immediate reaction has been one of concern and caution as markets around the world respond to the unfolding events. The South Korean won, the national currency, has experienced a sharp decline in value against the US dollar and other major currencies. This depreciation reflects the lack of confidence among investors and the broader financial community. Investors, spooked by the political uncertainty and the prospect of social unrest, have been pulling their money out of the country, seeking safer havens for their capital. This capital flight is exacerbating the financial strain on the South Korean economy. The stock market has also reacted negatively, with the benchmark KOSPI index experiencing significant volatility. Daily fluctuations have become the norm, reflecting the nervousness of traders and investors. Foreign investors, who play a crucial role in the South Korean economy, are adopting a wait-and-see approach, hesitant to commit capital until the political situation stabilizes. Their cautious stance is understandable given the unpredictable nature of the current crisis. The long-term economic implications are more difficult to predict, as they will depend on the duration and severity of the crisis. If the situation drags on, it could lead to a prolonged period of economic stagnation, affecting not just South Korea, but the broader region as well.